A chef drowns in his own soup. A chicken shortage puts Colonel Sanders in a foul mood. And a man eats 76 hot dogs and lives to talk about it. These stories and many more on Headlines with Denny the Bull. Welcome to Headlines. I'm your host, Denny the Bull, and I am joined in the Office Now studio with a rested, refreshed, and rejuvenated Red Pill Jenn. You look very rested and rejuvenated.
Yes, I am just full of life.
I'm also joined by a member of the Headlines team who proved on our last broadcast that he can sing a Broadway musical, Adam the Voice Joseph.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful singing voice that was praised by tens of listeners.
Tens. Well, thank you to those tens.
Did y'all have a good 4th of July?
Yeah, it wasn't
I
bad.
did.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, folks, I took our writers, Timmy and Jimmy, to a BYOB party. Have you ever heard of those? Bring your own bail?
Yes.
Bring your own bail.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to mentor these two young men, trying to help them develop and maybe change the tone of our show.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a little more establishment friendly, a little cleaner,
Yeah.
a little more PG. So the three of us were driving around town, and Timmy would light M80s, and Jimmy'd throw them under those big tents, yelling, "Fire in the hole!"
Nice.
They're nuts. Can't do anything with them. Now, Adam, I saw on Facebook
Yes.
that you were just at Six Flags Chicago.
Oh, I love that place. I love Six Flags.
I went there years ago. In fact, I heard Six Flags was voted one of the best theme parks in Middle America.
I did not know that.
Voted worst theme park in Middle America, however, Castro's Rape Dungeon in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
See,
horrible.
Jen, these are the kind of jokes
Timmy
we're
and
trying to
Jimmy.
get. We're trying to get away from this.
You got to break those chains.
I can't tell that joke. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. With every like on this video, I will drop one additional pound before my old man visits on Labor Day. I do not look forward to him fat shaming me. Last time he saw me, he asked if I swallowed a whole pumpkin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dirty bugger. He's always busting my
You
chops.
tell him just the seed. It wasn't your fault.
yeah.
Stealing my pork chops. Yeah. So it's time for this week's pop culture deep thinking question. Adam,
Yes, sir.
July 4th was last weekend, as you know.
Yes. Happy America Day.
And I thought we'd celebrate by discussing headlines that dominated the news on July 4th. Not just this year, but over the years.
Oh, okay.
For example, did you know that the opening of West Point, the U.S. Military Academy, occurred on July 4th?
I did not know that.
That's right. President Thomas Jefferson announced the school's opening in 1802.
Ah.
But a lot has changed since then.
Yes, lots.
West Point in 1802 began with no strict curriculum or length of study, and with students ranging from ages 10 to 37 years old, which made Saturday nights filled with drinking, fighting, and screwing very interesting.
Awkward as well.
Those 37-year-olds would get those 10-year-olds liquored up and then played hide the weenie. See, Jen, that's what we're talking about with these writers. That's why I'm trying to mentor them.
Would they box the 10-year-olds?
Also, the Army basketball team really sucked back then because black cadets weren't allowed till 1877. So for the first 75 years, their basketball team sucked.
What's the excuse for the rest of the time?
The rest of the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until Navy came along. Now, here are some other headline-worthy July 4th from history. Thomas Jefferson was a busy guy, as he also announced the Louisiana Purchase on July 4th, 1803.
Ah, yes.
For $15 million, the U.S. acquired approximately 827,000 square miles of land to the west of the Mississippi. What made the acquisition noteworthy, Adam, was the fact that the country at that point, the $15 million payment was actually $15 million more than we paid for everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
We just took that. I also thought it was weird that we could just buy a state, right? And I'd
still
really
do
like to know.
today.
I'm wondering if we could sell one. because I've got a couple ideas of a few states I'd like to sell.
Oh, yeah. California. Sorry.
Yeah,
I coughed a
maybe
little bit.
New York, California will throw in Massachusetts free
Oh,
of
yeah,
charge.
for sure.
What do you think of that? Yeah. Now, did you know that 3 American presidents died on July 4th?
I've only known of maybe one.
Thomas Jefferson,
Yeah.
John Adams, and James Monroe all died on the 4th of
See,
July.
those last two I didn't know.
It's very patriotic. Now, conversely, President Calvin Coolidge was born on the 4th of July in 1872.
That was a Tom Cruise movie.
Yes. Coolidge loved throwing birthday parties for himself in the White House, complete with fireworks, but warned anybody if they called him Yankee Doodle Dandy, he'd kick their ass. Now, Tom Cruise, you did mention he was in a movie called Born on the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's based on a true story.
Was that the one where he played the gay volleyball game? Or no?
I think that was That was Top Gun.
That was one.
Be my wingman anytime.
Now, on July 4th, 1828, construction began on the first U.S. passenger railroad, the Baltimore and Ohio, which was nicknamed the B&O. And at the end of a hard day of breaking ground on the railroad, workers had terrible body odor, also nicknamed B&O.
No.
Yeah, I saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Jimmy and Jimmy.
I telegraphed that one.
Hashtag do better.
On July 4th, 1845, Texas agreed to become a member of the United States, to which the people of Mississippi said, great, guess we can't say don't mess with Ole Miss anymore.
Not anymore.
Right? Yeah. July 4th, 1863 was the day that General Robert E. Lee withdrew his army from Gettysburg after a bloody 3-day battle that claimed the lives of more than 50,000 Americans. Now, I don't know if you heard this, but AOC recently learned about the Gettysburg Address.
I'm not surprised.
Well, up to this point, she thought it was Lincoln's residence.
Yeah, I was going to say, did she just know the zip code up until then?
Yeah. AOC's head's about as empty as Kamala's sock drawer. On July 4th, 1870, Independence Day became celebrated as a federal holiday.
Oh, yeah.
1870, yeah. And also on July 4th, 1996, Independence Day became celebrated as a kick-ass alien invasion movie, too. Jeff Goldblum, okay, if you remember the movie, he hacked into a completely alien mainframe in a different language with different coding and somehow altered the results of their presidential election. No, wait a minute. That was the Russians. Yeah, just as far-fetched there, Hillary.
Don't forget Randy Quaid sacrificed his life.
Yes, he did. And his career's been dead ever since. The United States received a big, beautiful gift on July 4th. These are July 4th stories. 1884, when the Statue of Liberty was presented to us on that date in Paris. Apparently, it was in return for Edison lighting Paris.
Yeah.
Now, the French Lady Liberty was then taken apart and shipped to the United States aboard a Navy ship where her legs and armpits were shaved before she was put back together in New York City.
Wee.
Thank God for small miracles.
Now, many other events have happened on July 4th over the years. The Pathfinder landed on Mars, July 4th of 1997. Bob Ross died July 4th,
Miss Bob Ross.
95. Lou Gehrig announced his retirement on 1939, July 4th.
And now he's just a disease.
Yep.
Yeah. And on July 4th, 1960, the American flag received its 50th star when Hawaii officially became a state.
There it is.
Now, I'm personally looking forward to going back to 49 stars when California breaks off and falls in the damn ocean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right after Florida.
Yeah. All right, now it's time for our weekly Rushmore segment. Jen?
Yes, this is brought to you by the Axe Throwing Place. You can come by and check out the new kegerator and say hi to Henry, Sandra, and the whole crew. They are located across from the new Publix in Sango at 592 Fire Station Road. The Axe Throwing Place is the premier spot for local recreation. You can also ask them about their mobile target. Monday, June 12th, tomorrow is Kids Day. Kids throw for 50% off from 1 to 4 p.m. You can find them on Facebook at the Axe Throwing Place, or go to theaxethrowingplace.com or call 931-919-9116.
All right.
All right, our Mount Rushmore of Victoria's Secret Angels is, of course, our local Instagram superstar, Ashley Miner.
Yes.
Well deserved.
Yes. I don't have to apologize to her yet this week, but I'm
Not
sure
yet.
it will happen.
It might come.
They might, yeah.
Well, along with the lovely Ashley Miner, we've got actresses Gal Gadot and Elizabeth Olsen, who made the cut along with Fox News Emily Campagno.
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 Oh,
Campagno.
yeah. Yes. Emily Campagno. Lovely. All right, this week we are asking you, the viewers of Headlines, to give us the Mount Rushmore of all-time greatest radio personalities. Now, I grew up loving Howard Stern, but perhaps you prefer Ryan Seacrest.
Maybe.
I loved Joe Padula as a kid. He was my childhood idol. Or
Yeah.
maybe Rush. How about Rush? Should Rush be on Rushmore?
Rush can be on Rushmore.
How about Imus or Adam Carolla?
yeah.
Glenn Beck or Russell Brand, maybe. Just tell us who you love listening to during your daily commute, and you'll be in the running to run with me in the upcoming Greenway Marathon in Nashville on October 3rd. You know, Adam, I recently set a new record for my 5K run.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
What was
2K.
it? Oh, perfect.
Actually, my boss told me he wanted me to join the company's 401K, and I was like, dude, I can't even run a 2K.
There you go.
Totally the same thing.
I think our writers are still on holiday.
They're still,
yeah.
they're not here yet.
They checked out.
Now, Jen, do we have any fan mail?
We do.
Okay.
Danielle from Cookville asks, does Denny worry that the jokes about the transgender weightlifter from New Zealand were in bad taste?
I've never had good taste. I don't know what Danielle's thinking.
No.
I consider all the jokes we have here to be in bad taste.
Pretty
Very.
much, yeah.
Look, I'll cut out jokes myself if I think they're over the line. Like the collapsed building in Florida. We had at least, 3 jokes that didn't make it?
Yeah, there's 3 or 4.
Yeah. Those were on the too soon level. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if someone wants me to make fun of a male weightlifter posing as a female and blowing their balls out, deadlifting 400 pounds, I'm not going to censor that joke. If I see our writers have written a gag about reporters talking to Laurel Hubbard while she's shaving her chest before the competition, I'm not going to cut that joke. If it's funny and absurd and I agree with the stupidity of the story, like a man deciding at 35 to say he's a woman so he can win medals, then that's not off limits. So no, Danielle, it's all fair game. We are not corporate owned. We are in free Tennessee.
That's right.
We'll tell the worst jokes you've ever heard. Okay?
And that is a promise.
Yes.
All right, before we go to headlines, let's cut to a message from one of our sponsors. Hi, everybody. Denny the Bull here from the new show Headlines with Denny the Bull. Today, I'd like to talk about a new book I just read during a flight from Nashville to Vegas. It's by a local author, and it's called Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Bob, The Last Resort Escort Service. You can get the book on Amazon, on Goodreads, or Dorrance Publishing, or wherever books are sold online. If you're looking for a book with romance that's provocative and exciting, this is the perfect book. It's a quick read. It's like 50 Shades, only written from the male point of view. It's a story of 4 male escorts and their manager, and it's written as a series of journal entries, like diary entries. It tells all of their adventures with women who have hired them for companionship. I couldn't put the book down. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if these stories are real, but they certainly read that way. There's no other book like it. Again, it's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Bob, The Last Resort Escort Service. It's written by local author Eldon Parker. Go to Amazon.com and order your copy today. That's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Bob. Thank you. All right, it's time for headlines. News you can use with Red Pill Jen. Bring it on, Jen.
All right, the Tokyo Olympics are right around the corner, but it appears that one American track star will not be running for the gold after all. Sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson will miss the event following a positive marijuana test. Richardson easily won the 100-meter at the Olympic trials on June 19th.
She then celebrated by smoking a joint. Probably not one of her best decisions. I'm just saying.
Not,
you're going to be tested, right? You're an Olympic athlete. You know, Sticky Icky is not on the approved drugs list. Jeez.
What state was it in, though?
See, I heard that New Zealand weightlifter Laurel Hubbard, who was previously known as Larry Hubbard, she weighed in on the situation.
Sorry,
saying,
Danielle from Cookville.
Yeah.
in a New Zealand accent, "Those are the freaking rules, mate." Is that New Zealand?
That was Australian.
All right.
Now you're just assuming accents.
If you want to run with the girls, you can't smoke dope. You can have a set of balls and 35 years of male muscle mass, but you can't smoke dope.
I'd say that's more harder, and then it was...
Rules are rules.
Oh, my God.
That was more of a Beatles then.
Yeah, that was just the way. That's all of it. President Joe Biden weighed in.
Oh, yeah.
When told about the suspension, Biden said, what are we talking about? A limp what? Who's got a limp what?
He's confused about 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
I mean,
They told him she was suspended for smoking grass, and Biden said, hey, those are the rules. The rules are the rules. I still don't have a good Biden.
Why do you
accent.
sound like Scarface?
I know it. He then gave Hunter another $100 to go buy crack off a dealer on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Oh, boy.
Which, of course, Hunter can buy now on his own that his artwork is selling so well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially his self-portrait Tub Junkie, which just sold for $500,000. I don't know if smoking dope enhances one's ability to compete. The only time I tried screwing after smoking dope, my ding-a-ling was so limp it was like pushing a worm into a straw.
Oh,
Actually, I've never smoked the stuff, but that's what
I'm going to talk to Timmy and Jimmy. Right?
Yeah. I would think that your opponents would want you to be stoned.
Well, here's the funny
before
part.
Running a race.
Here's the funny part is like this is so contradicting of like I for one don't care, but you look back at like athletes like Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt. I guarantee you, those guys admitted they smoked weed, yet they were still able to do in the Olympics. So
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a weird situation. I
It's
don't know if it's a
definitely
double
not
standard, but
performance
I don't know.
enhancing.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's
not
what I
performance
mean.
enhancing.
You'd be like dragging ass from a night of smoking dope and screwing, and I'd clean your clock.
Yeah.
Right?
real,
That's what
for
I'd
real.
do. I'd load you up with dope.
Well, speaking of athletic competition, Tennessee has joined 16 other states being banned for state employee travel by the state of California based on athletics. The ban was enacted because states like ours, along with Texas, Kentucky, and Florida, have forbidden biological boys from competing in girls' sports in what is now considered a blow to the transgender movement. Thus, if you are a state employee in California, you will not be reimbursed for business travel to any of these states.
It's not a blow to the transgender movement. It's a blow to transgender women beating actual women in sports.
Very true.
It's a blow to the efforts to destroy Title IX.
Yes.
Now, this ban also prevents travel to the Carolinas, the Dakotas, and Oklahoma. So if you're looking to take a business trip to California, from California, you're going to have to avoid the states that have the Kentucky Derby or the Music City or Disney World or nice beaches. You're going to have to fly to Chicago and dodge bullets.
Or just
Pretty
pay
much.
for it yourself.
Or,
Right.
or Detroit.
Yeah, or New York or Boston. Your winter business trip, you're going to be cold. And I say good. It's your loss, not ours. Now, this all revolves around the transgender men beating women for trophies meant for women thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what this is all about. So I think that Governor Bill Lee, our governor, should ban state employee travel to California.
Yeah.
I don't want my tax money going back to them.
Quid pro quo.
The only business that I want in California, the only initiative I think we should assist with, is Operation Fault Line Nuke Test.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. Remember Escape from L.A.?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Los Angeles' own little island prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Are you guys ready for some feel-good news?
Yeah.
Sure, yes.
All right. 2 Boy Scouts rescued a woman from Missouri floodwaters this week. The 18-year-old woman was wearing a bathing suit and had gone into the water to swim in Hinkson Creek when floodwaters suddenly rushed in and began to carry her away. She clung to a nearly submerged basketball hoop and cried for help. Thankfully, the 15 and 16-year-old scouts heard her distress call and swam nearly 30 feet to her rescue.
30 whole feet?
30 whole feet.
You know, Jen, when you started this headline with Scouts saving a woman, I pictured a couple like 12-year-olds saving a 50-year-old woman.
Yeah, right.
Not a 16-year-old saving an 18-year-old in a bikini.
That sounds like a bet.
It kind of changes the story a little bit. Now, I heard that both boys received their Saving Dumb Bitches merit badge.
Oh.
Flash flood warning in the area. This chick says, I'm going to go swimming in the ditch today. What a dummy. You know? Is she in Congress by any chance? The 2 scouts,
comment.
they said they were very excited for the opportunity to actually touch a woman wearing a swimsuit and assured reporters that they were not hiding in the bushes watching her swim before the floodwaters rushed in and she called for help. But the girl didn't remember much.
No.
Except that one of the boys reached out with some wood to grab onto, but it was small. She slipped off until another boy stuck a branch out for her.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. Now, the good news is that this young woman was so impressed by the courage of these scouts that she said she'd bake cookies for their next July Scout meeting.
Oh, yeah.
So that's nice. It could be love. Joe Biden thanked the boys for their service, gave them both the Congressional Medal of Marginal Heroism, and then he shipped them both off to Afghanistan. There you go, you little bastard. Now, kidding aside, you know, Jen, that I was an Eagle Scout?
No, I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. And I know our listeners believe me 100%. But that
do
is,
I.
it is a fact. I mean, I'll put it on our Facebook page.
Okay.
I'll put it on our Facebook fan page.
No, you
I-
mean you'll send it to me to put
Put
on
on the
Yes,
page,
I will
yeah.
send it to you. I'll send you my little card, my little plaque. I actually was an Eagle Scout. My most heroic moment was when I saved a lady. She was nude sunbathing. I saved her from a wasp attack. She was getting a tan by her pool. These wasps started attacking. I just happened to be nearby, and I got rid of them. So,
Thank
not really,
God
but
you were
I am an
there.
Eagle Scout, and I am going to send you that picture.
Please do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, an Iraqi chef died last week after falling into a gigantic vat of chicken soup he was cooking for a wedding. The horrific accident occurred when, while stirring the pot, the 25-year-old cook slipped and fell into it. He was rushed to the hospital with third-degree burns, but succumbed to his injuries 5 days later.
I've heard of falling in love with a recipe, but falling into it?
I've heard of stirring the pot, but come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's
Now
not
thi-
the chicken soup for the soul we're talking about.
This is a tough case to solve. Did he drown on chicken broth? Did he choke on the noodles? Did he get boiled alive? Was he pushed?
I don't know.
Reporters said they could hear this squeaky voice saying, "Payback, payback, sexy bitch. And they couldn't figure out who was saying it. There wasn't anyone else in the kitchen. Just a couple lobsters in a tank nearby. They were saying, "How you like being boiled alive, you son of a..."
Yeah.
How's that lobster sound? That's pretty good, wasn't it?
Pretty freaking
You
got
got to put a New Zealand accent to it, then it'll be great.
No, he was doing his best Sebastian from Little
Oh,
Mermaid.
yeah. Kiss the girl.
The chef's last words apparently were too much salt. I wonder how it tasted, though. I can imagine him tasting,
just
going,
snort?
I did.
it needs
That was
something
bad.
like Iraqi sausage and meatballs. Hey, you know that joke about cream of some young guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is literally
Just
it.
that, yeah.
Like you said, chicken soup is good for the soul, but not in this case.
No.
In this case, it was a murder weapon.
Yeah.
I think we need Chief Detective Boyardee on the case.
I think
Because
so.
I think this dude was pushed.
Soul's
Somebody's-
just fine.
Now, somebody said he dropped his cell phone into the pot of soup and dove in after it. Not a good call.
Probably not.
But it also explains why the guest said the soup had a slight taste of apple.
Oh. That
That was all right.
Where are the...
I wonder if alcohol was involved. Someone said he kept a little rat under his chef's hat.
No, that was it. That was Ratatouille, the movie.
All right.
Oh, I thought that was the Muppets.
So they said this guy cooks at a hall that services 25,000 diners a day.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's like
That was a big pot of soup.
that's like the Dunkin' Donuts on
I mean, how
Walnut.
big does a pot of soup have to be to hold an
Yeah.
entire man?
You know what, Jen?
What's up?
Let's hand me the phone right now.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
Thank you. All right. This call to our writer's room, I think this has gone far enough.
I think
All
so,
right.
too.
This call to the writer's room is brought to you by Moth to a Flame Candles. Go on Facebook, visit Moth to a Flame, and look at their amazing selection of candles, or tell them the scents you're looking for. I got a candle for my cousin on Kissin' Cousins Day. She loved it. See what I mean? Where are they even coming up with this
That's
stuff?
silly. That's every day. It's Tennessee.
Yeah.
Anyway, so visit Moth to a Flame on Facebook. Okay, let's call Timmy and Jimmy.
Let's do
All
it.
right,
Please.
let's get this over with.
Please.
Hopefully
get
they're
the number
home
right.
from their vacation.
I bet they're not even here.
Writer's room, please. Yes, I'll hold. Writing staff. Remember when we were driving around town on the 4th of July and you were throwing cherry bombs under all those tents? You remember that? What did I tell you about writing jokes when somebody dies? Death is not funny. And yeah, in fact, on page 6, right here on page 6, you wrote a cream of some young guy joke. What is this, 3rd grade? Oh, you wrote cream of some young Iraqi guy? Oh, that makes it better. What did I tell you two dummies about anti-Asian jokes last week? Now clean it up. You clean up these jokes or you won't be sleeping with the fishes. You'll be sleeping with oyster crackers. You understand? All right.
I mean, yeah.
That was a good phone.
That was a good
That
yeah,
was a good.
that was a good one, yeah.
slam.
Felt
Very
the heat off that
satisfying.
one. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Go ahead, Jen.
All right. Well, while we're talking about chickens, there seems to be a shortage of such across the country, and according to executives at Tyson Foods, a new crop of roosters is to blame.
Men always get the blame, don't they, Adam?
Of course.
We
Yes.
get blamed for everything.
It's always the fault of the cock. Well, the Arkansas-based company said it's struggling to ramp up chicken supply because new roosters used for breeding new chicks simply aren't hitting expectations. I'm going to leave that one alone. The company discovered that eggs fertilized by this specific type of rooster hatch less often, which has limited the nationwide supply. The company made the switch because of the quality of meat had improved, yet now Tyson must decide between quality or quantity.
I wish my quality of meat would improve. You know, it's no wonder
Sure, your
the
wife does too.
it's no wonder the roosters aren't performing, Jen. They've been emasculated by the Buck 2 movement.
God.
That was tough.
That one hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that one hurt.
I mean, do we need a break? I mean,
They're unsure of themselves, and they just don't want to go around the hen house banging every hen in sight. They might get sued.
Yeah. They
So
just
the-
don't. They don't give a cluck anymore.
Oh boy.
they need time to get consent. That's all.
Yeah. Now these farmers for Tyson need to give these roosters a pep talk. Tell them, get in there and screw those hens, boys, unless you're chicken. Apparently, a spokesman for the Rooster Union gave a statement this week.
Wait, there's a rooster union.
Yeah, Representative Foghorn Leghorn said, I quote, I say now, boy, I say now, you got to fertilize them chickens in there, boy. Fertilize like you got a pair.
God
oh, my
bless.
God. I'm doing way too much work today.
It's okay with the South. We can do that. We can do those impressions.
Apparently, there's some extremely nervous cows and pigs over at Tyson Farms right now. They're like giving the roosters pornos and saying, come on, guys, get your act together. Now, I think Tyson and Cialis need to have a joint venture here.
Oh, yeah.
Get them chickens juiced up. Light some candles from Moth to a Flame Candle.
I got your back, Tyson. Well, sticking with food-related headlines, Joey Chestnut set a new world record this past week by eating 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
America.
Wow.
The 13-time champion of the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest, which takes place every July 4th on Coney Island, broke his own record by one dog.
He will now try to win his 13th liquid plumber toilet plunging contest after he craps out all that stuff. Good God. I would be a leading contestant for the apple pie eating contest.
You think?
Yeah, but not hot dogs, especially with no mustard. He eats them dry.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, have you guys had the Chicago hot dogs over by Big Lots on Riverside?
I have.
Oh, my God.
They are so
Those
good.
are amazing. We need them as a sponsor.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get on
You
that
just
this
wait.
week.
No. You just want to go there and eat there.
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, Adam and I will go there, see if we can get some
We'll see.
Chicago
We'll
dogs.
see what we can do.
See, it amazes me that this guy, Joey Chestnut, is actually slim.
Yeah, he's skinny.
He's like my size.
Yes.
Yes.
He consumed 15,000 calories in 10 minutes. He probably has a desk job somewhere at a bank. Doesn't play any sports, lays around watching movies, and he's slim. Meanwhile, Denny the Bull here is constantly outdoors, working in hot factories for 20 years, does all his own lawn work, gets plenty of exercise, and I have more chins than a Chinese phone book.
Oh, my gosh.
It's not fair, Adam.
It's
Didn't I
not.
just talk to them about anti-Asian jokes?
You did,
Jeez.
but they dropped the ball on that one.
Now, Jen, please describe what you eat in an average day, because you mentioned you look like Joey, right? What do you eat? You drink soda and energy drinks.
I do.
A lot of calories in those.
Yeah.
See, I drink coffee, no calories.
Beer.
It's not fair. And what's really not fair is that large people are the last unprotected class in America. The last time I went to the doctor, he told me to open my mouth and say oink. Adam, you and me, Chicago dogs.
I'm down.
They're amazing.
Wait a minute.
sure.
Aren't I the one that actually should be eating the hot dog?
Yeah, you're the
Well,
one.
we got to taste test them first before you show up, Jen. So it's
I'm
fine.
the one. I'm the one that needs to be eating.
You could watch.
Well, sticking with hot dogs, ketchup, and other condiment producer Heinz has begun a petition to have a big wiener and big bun companies start producing packages with the same quantities. Oh, my God, finally. The Heinz Hot Dog Pact, yes, I said the Hot Dog Pact, is pressuring the likes of Ballpark and Wonder to package dogs to match bags of buns so that consumers are no longer left with extras that often get wasted.
I signed this petition because I thought it was high time we take issues seriously and put them to bed.
Yeah.
I think there's nothing worse than having a wiener with no buns to put it in. I've had this problem for years, and I can tell
sure
you
you
it
have.
sucks. But after I signed the petition, I went to the bread drawer in the fridge. We had a pack of Nathan's hot dogs that have 8 in a pack.
Yes.
Then I saw we had Kroger brand buns. Also come 8 to a pack, meaning the crisis is already solved. Also meaning that this is officially the most unnecessary petition since a few other unnecessary petitions, such as the petition to have all dentist offices only open 4 days a week, 8 hours a day. Right? Not necessary. Like the petition only have one DMV service a county of 250,000 people. Right?
Yeah, that's a little preposterous.
Like Confucius say, like television set on honeymoon, unnecessary.
Third Asian joke.
That's a third Asian joke.
Third one, guys.
See, I don't see him before I read him.
See, this is my problem with this whole idea. It's like, yeah, I want the hot dog package to match like the package of the buns that I come with. But listen, I'll take some of those extra hot dog buns. I'll make a sandwich out of it with the leftover like lunch meat I have in my fridge.
And-
there's still more use to the buns.
And what happens if you get a bad dog? Jen, you ever had a bad hot dog?
you're like,
Oh, you
put
have
that dog
no
down.
idea how many bad dogs I've had. Anyway, a 70-year-old woman's wish finally came true this week as she became a Yankees Batgirl 6 decades after she was rejected for the position. In 1962, at the age of 10, she was rejected for the role of Batgirl based on her gender.
I was rejected as a bat boy when I was 10 years old, yeah, but now I'm Batman. Actually, being a bat boy for the Tigers would have been a great gig. Yeah.
You think? Well, back in 1962, she'd have been surrounded by Yankee greats like Yogi Berra, Whitey Ford, Roger Maris, and of course Mickey Mantle. But fast forward to 2021, and Gwen Goldman is now getting to pick up bats for the current Yankee lineup.
Well, I hope she doesn't catch COVID. You know, the Delta variant is sweeping the nation and causing a lot of people to have to take naps.
Yeah.
You know, so I hope, it's pretty dangerous. Remember all those Yankees had to sit out, like
Yeah.
9 of them because they had
There was
COVID?
like 9 or 11 of them.
Yeah. So things were a lot different in 1962, Gwen. Okay, so I get that the owners didn't want you running around the locker room. Okay, they didn't want Mickey Mantle buying you booze in 1962. And
Or
girls were wearing dresses back then. They were homemakers, and none of them had balls then either. I'm talking about baseballs.
Of course.
All right.
I know exactly.
They
what
played badminton and stuff. All right. The times were different back then. My mom said that girls didn't think about sex or guys back then like they do now, except that she got married at 16 and had 10 kids, all of which were the results of her having sex with my old man, right?
That's usually how it's done.
Yeah, for which she should get the Medal of Honor, the same one those Boy Scouts got. But anyway, times were different in 62. Okay, I'm sorry. Men were men. They played baseball all day. They drank all night, and they died at 57.
Yeah,
Screwed Marilyn
they
Monroe.
didn't last too long back then, did they?
I remember when Mickey Mantle died of kidney failure, whatever it was, after a life of boozing, whoring, gambling, and playing baseball. People were like, oh, the Mick, what a guy. Dude was a freaking fiend, all right?
Didn't Yogi Berra, smoke so many cigars?
Yeah. Babe Ruth used to eat hot dogs right in the dugout, right? By the way, the one guy who, he was a fiend, right? But if he was playing ball today, he'd be as canceled as Pete Rose. I'm talking about Mickey Mantle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete Rose got completely canceled. If you agree with me that Charlie Hustle, I'm just throwing this in there. This is totally off script, right?
Yeah.
Totally, I'm just saying. If you agree that Charlie Hustle, that's Pete Rose's nickname, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
If you believe Pete belongs in the Hall of Fame, comment your comment in the comments, okay?
Yes.
Put Pete in Cooper's. All right. I'm done with that.
Are you good now?
I'm good, yeah.
Are you sure?
I am.
All right. Well, Disney has removed ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from its live programs at Disney parks in order to be more inclusive. The company said that it wants to respect the diversity of its patrons and guarantee that every audience member feels included. From now on, they will refer to all park goers as dreamers.
Disney also said as part of their inclusion efforts, they will continue the 86-year tradition of not having any black princesses in any of their animated films. Unless they can turn her into a frog in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Very true.
See, I said that fact out loud.
Yeah.
See, I've already talked about the bullshit of Disney pretending they're inclusive when it was in relation to Marvel. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. They're not inclusive. If you're inclusive, and I'm going to start a rant here.
Go for it. I love your rants.
Disney, if you're inclusive, then I want you to release Song of the South on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yes.
Quit being a bunch of cowards and release this film. Include your southern black population instead of just pretending they don't exist. Do you realize, Adam, Song of the South won Academy Awards in 1946?
It sure did.
James Baskett was given an honorary Oscar for his performance because it was one of the first movies that blended live action and animation. Jen, this was 18 years before Mary Poppins.
Oh, wow.
Zippity Doo-Dah won the Academy Award for Best Song. Now, this movie, have you seen it? Have you seen Song of the South?
I don't think so.
It's the story of Uncle Remus telling tales of the Deep South to little white kids.
Yes. I just didn't know what it was called. Yes.
But
I've seen it.
because the snowflakes at Disney think that letting James Baskett talk like an actual black guy and not like the Allstate guy, they need to ban this film.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Now, have I asked for Deliverance to be banned because I don't like the way Southerners are portrayed as backwater hillbillies? Have I asked for Oh Brother, Where Art Thou to be banned for making us look like buffoons? No. Why? Because it's funny. And when Disney finally, after 72 years, put a black princess in a film, they not only made her a frog for 3/4 of the film, but then they stuck some podunk hillbillies in there to make fun of us. Again,
Yeah.
Where's the outrage? Okay, so Disney, you need to release Song of the South on DVD and to theaters and quit insulting the American moviegoer. We know when the movie was made. We know the history of slavery in this country. Nobody wants that anymore. But this is a great movie with a great performance by a black man who won an Oscar for it. And instead of releasing the film, you're doing this. You're changing the greeting at your park to Welcome Dreamers. Okay, you're full of it, Disney. You're full of it.
They're catering to
Tell 'em.
that woke crowd.
Yeah.
Well, sticking with Disney, a reporter for one of their sports networks was in hot water this week after video footage of her complaining about a colleague was leaked to the New York Times. Rachel Nichols, a white NBA sideline reporter, complained in the 2020 video that she was going to be replaced covering the NBA Finals by coworker Maria Taylor, who is black. Nichols said in the video that Taylor was getting the gig because of her race and because ESPN, owned by Disney, wanted to burnish its diversity credentials. Nichols continued by saying that Taylor was less qualified to cover the event and that the move would be a breach of Nichols' contract with the network.
Catfight. Interracial catfight. I'm betting on black. I'm betting on Taylor in this fight.
I'm betting on the viewers.
Yeah.
Well, ESPN reportedly never disciplined Nichols for the remark, and she returned to her regular weekly sports show, The Jump, this week as scheduled.
That's good because Lord knows if Rachel Nichols was a white man instead of a woe man, Reverend Al Sharpton would be in Bristol, Connecticut right now leading the protest to fire her, but no, she's back on the job. What Rachel is thinking, and let's reiterate what she is thinking, is what 75 million people in this country are thinking.
Allegedly.
People are sick of it. Taylor doesn't know Larry Bird from a hummingbird.
Yeah.
She probably never watched hoops in her life.
No.
But she's a very attractive black female, and thus let's have her cover the basketball game, which is predominantly played by black players.
Yes.
So once again, everyone knows that Disney is woke and diverse as hell. No different than Kamala being appointed as VP. Taylor gets the gig for a scummy reason, and this lady calls it out. Talking about Rachel Nichols. She called it out.
I agree.
She called out the truth. And she got caught. And someone at ESPN sent the tape to the New York Times. Hey, will someone out there do us a favor? Please send our videos to the New York Times, okay? I want to be canceled like Rachel Nichols. I want headlines like she gets. I want to be called insensitive in a national newspaper.
Even
love-
negative attention is better than
That's
no
right.
I love
attention
Rachel
at
Nichols.
all.
I think her smarts about sports, especially NBA, are off the chain. More better than Taylor's. That's why this story upsets me. I'm like, why? Nichols has been covering NBA for the last few years.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well, here's a real hot topic for you.
Okay.
Legendary funny man and TV star Bill Cosby was released from a Pennsylvania prison last week based on a technicality. Cosby has admitted to drugging and raping women as part of a civil suit before his criminal suit, with the condition that his admission could not be used against him once the civil case ended and the criminal trial began. However, the change of prosecutors caused the agreement to be violated, and Cosby's testimony was, in fact, used in the case. Well, an appeal by Cosby's legal staff was finally won, and Cosby is now a free man after serving less than 3 years of a 10-year sentence.
To celebrate, Cosby bought drinks for his legal team, including all the ladies who made sure they sniffed them before they drank them.
With some Jell-O.
Check the bottom. Well, the story took a new turn this week when Felicia Rashad, who played Cosby's wife, Claire Huxtable, on The Cosby Show, apologized to Howard University students and parents after applauding the Pennsylvania Supreme Court decision to overturn her co-star's sex assault conviction. Rashad, who is the Dean of Fine Arts at the historic Black University, celebrated Cosby's release on social media. However, after major backlash, she offered a, quote, sincere apology to survivors of sexual assault and for her tweet, which, quote, caused so much hurt.
Boy, Mrs. Huxtable definitely didn't read the room before sending that tweet out.
Not at all.
She thought that like this was like OJ all over again, where black people just universally cheer a brother getting let out of the slammer. But in this case, the victims were all black women.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Huxtable goes, yeah, after he's released, and everyone's like, Claire, what are you doing? Yeah.
Well, and let's not forget the fact that most of today's generation has absolutely no clue who this woman is.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
And she is the dean of the Fine Arts program.
That's how she's fallen off. No, I guarantee
Right?
no one at the program knows who she is.
You
She's
look
like,
familiar.
you look familiar, but I don't know. When's the curriculum coming out?
I think there's some now hiring signs around that campus. I never liked Bill Cosby. I was more of an
No.
Eddie Murphy guy.
Yes,
in
more.
the 80s.
Oh, I love Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
You know, I didn't watch sitcoms.
Richard Pryor. I was more Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. So Cosby gets off because he made a deal with one set of lawyers, and then another set of lawyers came in. They used things he said against him, okay, which kind of surprises me. A lawyer doing something sleazy and disgusting, even to a celebrity?
crazy.
Yeah, that packs about as much surprise as the surprise I had when my dog decided to lick his ass in front of my grandmother.
Ooh.
Big surprise.
Not Granny.
Now, I've had one encounter with lawyers in my whole life. I paid them $2,500 in retainers. This is not a joke, okay?
all right.
I'm still pissed off about this. I might as well have lit that $2,500 on fire and pissed on it. It was totally wasted.
Yeah.
Local law firm, downtown, by the way. So I'm not real high on lawyers, except for Lawyer Wayne.
Yeah,
I was going to say, Lawyer
Wayne's
Wayne's
the
good people.
exception.
He's good
Lawyer
people.
Wayne's good
Yeah.
people. I like that guy.
Yeah. So Cosby got off, and what can I say? In the words of Joe Biden, the rules are the rules, right?
And what time is it?
Yeah.
It's not Biden time just yet,
it's not,
but
but-
NBC News reports that a Florida woman found dead in a retention pond had injuries consistent with an alligator attack, according to the sheriff's office. The woman was found Sunday after deputies were called to a pond behind the Landing Bar and Grill about 20 miles east of Tampa. The sheriff's office said that the pond is known to be frequented by alligators, and witnesses said that the 29-year-old woman frequently liked to swim there. A cause of death remains under investigation.
I don't think this case will ever be solved.
Alligators in Florida.
Yeah.
What?
Who knew?
This will be one of those unsolved mysteries like the real killer in the OJ case or John Benet Ramsey. We'll never know based on
Jack the Ripper.
based on what you just said.
Yeah.
See, so I'm guessing that the sheriff's office there in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing they weren't the team that tracked down bin Laden
Probably
Yeah,
not.
no, probably
or
not.
the Unabomber. I'm guessing none of these guys are what you'd call bona fide. Okay.
I used
They're-
to hang out at the Landing Bar and Grill. I know the
Did you
area.
really?
I really
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Wow. I heard they're looking for suspects. One witness said she saw a long, green, dinosaur-looking creature emerge from the pond about 10 minutes after the woman disappeared. It had a full belly and a shoe hanging out of its teeth. But I think we can determine the cause of death. I believe she was eaten by an alligator.
You think?
Yeah.
I also believe she probably shouldn't have swam any pond frequented by alligators.
Look,
Alligators.
That's just
here's
my
the thing.
Yeah.
opinion.
31 years, born and raised in Florida. All right.
Yeah.
If you're going to go swimming in the water,
Yeah.
you know what's in there?
Fish?
Freaking alligators.
Oh, okay.
See, that's funny because a quick funny story is when the fiance and I went down to Orlando recently. Like every time we drove past like a body of like a lake or like a little like pond of water, I'd always look at my fiance and be like, "There's alligators in there."
There
Yeah.
totally
She's like, "Why are
is.
you assuming there's alligators in every body of water?"
Because there
we're in
is.
Florida. That's why.
There's even signs saying don't molest them, and so it's this woman's fault.
Oh, so don't invite Bill Cosby. Gotcha.
That's right.
They said she had injuries consistent with an alligator attack. She had some bruises, some broken fingernails, a cut on her left leg, and no head. I mean, what in the ever-loving F is wrong with this sheriff's office? Are they the ones who said the chicken Jaws was killed by the boat propeller? Dang, that joke would have been better if I knew how
you
to
didn't
talk.
stumble,
I
yeah,
know.
it's fine.
It's
Stuttering
fine.
on a joke's
I
always
don't
good.
even know how to segue into this, but
This is not a boating accident. All right.
conservative Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas was praised this week for suggesting it's time to lift the federal marijuana ban. In a statement, Thomas wrote, quote, "A prohibition of marijuana may no marijuana."
Marijuana.
It's
That's
contagious.
what my grandpa calls it.
I was thinking-
Marijuana.
I was thinking about those hot dogs. But, quote, a prohibition of marijuana may no longer be necessary, end quote. Thomas cited the fact that federal laws are now out of sync with state laws allowing cannabis use. Thomas could be an important voice towards advocating for nationwide legalization.
He was joined by Justice Cheech Marin, who said, "Yeah, man, well, he said."
I got my van. Let's go promote it.
I would be okay with this if all the prisoners locked up for marijuana are released.
That should happen.
Might free up some prison space for actual violent criminals, especially in big cities. I'd be okay if records are cleared so people busted for pot can vote. I'd be okay with this, even though I'm worried a little bit about impaired driving.
Yep.
But, hate to be Debbie Downer, but it ain't going to happen. Okay? Not as long as Joe War on Drugs Biden and Kamala lock 'em up Harris are in office. It ain't going to happen. I don't care if they have Justice Thomas or not. So I'll bet you $5 to your favorite charity. It ain't going to happen. Jen, okay?
Yeah.
Now, why?
Why is that?
Because the prison industrial complex ain't going to lose tens of thousands of slave workers. That's why.
Yes.
Especially not the privatized ones.
No.
Yeah, the California depends on $1-a-day prison firefighters to put out these wildfires like the ones going on right now. And Joe Biden ain't going to do it because as long as Hunter ain't in jail, he don't care if your kid is. Or or your daddy. He doesn't care. So I applaud Justice Thomas for this, but it ain't going to do nothing.
Yeah, no.
It's all up
Unless
in
you
smoke.
get into the taxation of it, too.
It's all up in smoke. All right, Adam. Well, are you ready now?
I am ready. What? Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Joe Biden,
I hear the music.
There
do
it is.
you? You hear it? Hold on. It's that time again. It's Biden time. In an address concerning the impending U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, President Joe Biden said that we will continue to provide security and humanitarian assistance despite the drawdown.
We will continue to offer assistance to a country we've been occupying and bombing for 20 years.
That's right.
That's great, Joe.
That's right. Well, Biden said that military specialists will remain in place after the deadline to continue to ensure that the U.S. does not entirely abandon the war on terror.
He's going to initiate a new war on terror by going after America's haunted houses.
Yes.
Because Joe Biden does not know what is going on. He has no idea. And if you don't believe me, just watch the 10 seconds his earpiece malfunctioned the other day and he stood there like a statue. Did you see that?
I did not
Yes.
see that, no.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
This dude is one tree short of a hammock.
Yes.
All right. So we just had another 400 shootings and another 150 people killed in New York and Chicago, just those two cities,
Yeah.
over the 4th of July weekend. But we're going to stay in Afghanistan to make sure that everybody, doesn't get too rowdy. To keep the Afghan people safe from the Taliban, whom we armed and who is technically the government of Afghanistan right now. So we had 400 people shot in 2 cities over the weekend, right here in the good old US of A. But we spend $4 billion a month occupying Afghanistan. That's $4 billion a month that could go into police in those 2 big cities. So I've got an idea. How about go occupy the south side of Chicago or go occupy Queens?
Yes.
All right? Now, I noticed that every mainstream media outlet that covered Biden's speech on Thursday, every single one of them not only didn't mention the little turnoff his brain had, but they wrote on and on about all the risks, about all the detriments to withdrawal, about how bad the Taliban is and how there's going to be a civil war and how they've captured parts of the military and on and on. Every reporter, every news source, totally under the thumb of the military-industrial complex. Every one of them pro-war maniacs, and I mean every damn one of them. Like NBC News, who wrote, because they really can't criticize Joe Biden.
No.
They wrote that President Biden is still planning to withdraw troops from Afghanistan in September. But hopefully it won't be a bad mistake because, the Taliban's on the march towards the capital. It's sickening. I mean, this is a joke. Just a friendly reminder. The Taliban didn't attack us on 9/11. Al-Qaeda attacked us on 9/11. 13 of the 17 pilots were Saudis. Okay.
Again, remember, most of the people who are actively vocally political were not even born back
Yes.
then, or they were so small
They were
still
didn't know.
sharting
Yeah.
their pants. I mean, so.
I don't know how we are still ignoring the problem of Saudi Arabia. These same Saudis are currently performing a genocide in Yemen. The same Saudis who beheaded an American journalist
Yep.
and carried his body parts out of an embassy in suitcases. These Saudis. Now get that through your thick skulls, okay? Our mainstream news media is here to manufacture consent on behalf of the establishment, and the establishment gets billions and billions of bucks from defense contractors.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why all you're going to hear as we get closer to the September 11th withdrawal from Afghanistan, all you're going to hear is about how bad this is. I guarantee it.
No, I will not doubt you, Denny the Bull.
That's right.
Well, Olympic hammer thrower Gwen Berry received backlash after she turned away from the U.S. flag during the national anthem during tryouts last week in Oregon. Berry also put on a black T-shirt with the words, quote, activist athlete, end quote, before the song ended. Her competitors, Deanna Price, who won first place, and Brooke Anderson, the second place winner, put their hands over their heart and faced the flag.
So Gwen took third place and decided to draw attention to herself like the selfish show-off she is, and like the fame-hungry, greedy POS she was during the Pan Am Games in 2019, where she similarly did the same shtick. And it's just
the
a
picture is
shtick.
nauseating, really.
It is.
Yeah, it's very.
I mean, there's no harm because no one really cares who won third place anyway. I'm glad that the actual winners of the trial, the girls who were first and second place, they actually showed their respect for our flag and for our country.
What she did was so unsportsmanlike because no one even knew the name of the first place winner because they were so focused on this
her,
disrespectful little you-know-what.
Yeah. When I was 17 years old, now this is true. I'm going to step out of my character here for a second,
All right,
okay? So this is 100% true. I'm going to send you the pictures
Okay.
so you can post them.
I want
right?
to see them too.
Okay.
Well, so I can post it. So.
That's right. So in 1989, I was nominated to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis by my congressman, Representative Dale Kildee. I was shipping off in the summer of 1990, but a birth defect in my lower spine caused me a disqualification and 4F from service altogether. So I was the only man in my family who didn't serve in the 20th century, okay? But when I signed up, it was a 19-year commitment, okay? When I volunteered with my mother beside me at the age of 18, it was 4 years in Annapolis, 6 years of active duty, 9 years in reserves. I think they've cut a year off of that since. But I would have been 37 before my minimum commitment was over.
It's a long time.
But it's a sacrifice I was willing to make because I love America. My family believes that service is a vital part of being an American. So when I see people like Gwen Berry take sacrifice for granted with her fake outrage and imagined slights, it really pisses me off. Honey, you got it made. All right? In fact, we all got it made. You can't sit there with your new shirt and your new shoes and your jewelry and your freaking iPhone and tell us you're oppressed. It's ridiculous when Oprah says it. It's ridiculous when Michelle Obama says it. And it's ridiculous when you say it. When Cory Bush says that America was built on slavery and colonialism and on stolen land, tell me a country that wasn't, hon. All right?
Mic
The
drop.
British Empire spanned the entire globe. Alexander the Great and Napoleon conquered lands across continents. You think the Palace of Versailles was built by Union workers? No. It was built by slaves, just not black ones.
Yeah.
You think the Roman Empire didn't have slaves? Who do you think built those roads, those palaces? Watch Spartacus sometime,
Yep.
right? You think the pharaohs were buddies with the Hebrews? No. They enslaved them. My point is, there are a lot of victims over the years other than the Berry family. So get over it, get over yourself, and next time salute the damn flag like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
You tell him, Denny. Well, in local news, the Clarksville City Council this week caved in to Mayor Joe Pitt's 20% tax hike demands, voting 9-4 this time to approve. Is this ever going to end?
Boo,
Ay, ay, ay.
bankers won.
No.
Bankers won. Remember, folks, our money's kept in a bank, not in some vault, not in some mattress. It's kept in a bank where they make money on it, and the bankers won. The donors won. This was an idiotic and unnecessary tax jack on the heels of a pandemic. We got more money flowing in this town than ever since tobacco ran this town.
Oh, yeah.
But money, because we got to buy land from our donors. We got to buy theaters. We got to fix roads, not the county or state roads, not the interstate, just roads. I can't wait to see the roads you're going to fix or widen. The only thing you've widened was the bankers' wallets. You know, we were gone for 2 weeks, Jen.
Yeah, we were.
And during those 2 weeks, 3 more neighborhoods popped up on Nemore Road. I swear. You know,
It does. No, it really does seem like they're just coming out of nowhere.
no, they basically want to pave over anything green
Yeah.
in this town. And when I see stuff like this, makes me want to run again. Makes me want to
Should
run.
do it.
I did pretty well in 2018
do it.
considering the district I ran in. I might want to.
Well, if you go down the road, like Dunbar Cave Road, like the last few years, like you go down there, like you're going towards Austin Peay's like farm area, that has developed on the right-hand side where there's no longer trees and anything. It's just houses now.
I used to enjoy. I would drive around the fort up Tiny Town Road towards Trenton Road.
Yeah.
And it was all this beautiful rolling hills and
Yeah.
farmland. All gone.
All gone.
It's all getting paved over, folks. So
Drive through
That's who
Sango.
you voted for.
Yeah, drive through Sango. Well, another alleged Russian hack hit the U.S. during the holiday weekend, affecting at least 200 U.S. companies that use Kaseya, a Miami-based IT firm. Apparently, the hackers used information obtained to break into Kaseya, I think I'm saying that right, client systems.
Sounds like a case for Crockett and Tubbs. Cue the Miami Vice theme. Do we have it?
I don't
No.
I don't hear it.
Copyright
Starsky
stuff.
and Hutch, maybe?
But we're not that big yet. Well, President Joe Biden, facing growing pressure to deal with escalating cyber attacks such as the gas pipeline hack and the meat processing attack that have already occurred this year, said that officials are, quote, not certain, end quote, who is responsible and not sure if the Russian government is involved or not.
Biden is also not certain who he is or what he's doing and is not sure what planet he's on.
And he's not certain what year
End
it is.
quote. So Biden says we don't know who's responsible. But the mainstream press, they say it's likely a Russian hack because the ransom was posted on a major Russian-speaking ransomware group that was involved in extorting $11 million from the JBS. The meat packers who also got hacked. like
So
you
what was it?
mentioned.
What was the meat pack? I don't recall the meat packer thing. I definitely remember the gas pipeline thing.
Yeah, the gas pipe. I don't remember the meat packer thing either.
I think what had happened was I'm not. Don't quote me on this, but I think there was something about like ordering of like meats for markets or something like that, and someone had hacked the system to where there were shortages delivered.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what happened with that meat
It
hacking.
just seems
system.
odd that it's.
I'm not
maybe
sure,
one
but
of our,
that's-
maybe one of our listeners will
Yeah,
comment.
maybe just comment. I don't know. Maybe you guys
Let
know
us
more than I
know.
do.
Yeah, I mean, the press says the Russians are hacking us because they're always the bad guys.
Yeah.
The president says, I'm not sure if it was. Okay. Same Russians who hacked the 2016 election, but didn't touch the 2020 election.
No.
That one was
No,
good.
it's all
But
good.
yeah, they're just some hacking maniacs over there in Russia, I guess.
Many hacks.
With
Yeah.
Biden with a bottle of vodka in front of him. I don't know who hacked us.
Timmy and Jimmy, take some lessons from her. She's had some zingers today, all right?
That's right. Well, good news for us. CNN and MSNBC have reported their worst ratings since 2015, with even their most popular program featuring Chris Cuomo beaten in the ratings by 14 different programs on cable giant Fox News. In fact, Cuomo's program
It raped who?
Yeah, when did this story come out?
Wow.
Freudian slip. It ranked 22nd in overall cable ratings, the worst performance by a CNN headliner this century, except for back when he pretended he had COVID.
You know, and to be clear, being beaten in the ratings by the likes of Lou Dobbs and that Kennedy, the chick from MTV, or Larry Kudlow has a job there.
Yeah.
That's freaking embarrassing. In fact, the Gutfeld show, right, which I keep telling you, that's the whole reason we're here, really, because I had high hopes for Fox's Gutfeld, you know, nighttime show, the comedy show.
Yeah, the Five.
It's just so bad. It's not funny. And CNN is getting manhandled by these guys. You're not getting manhandled by Johnny Carson.
No.
Okay? You're getting manhandled by Lou Dobbs.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Well, Cornell law professor and media critic William Jacobson said, quote, CNN and MSNBC were one-trick ponies, and that trick was bashing Trump. It's not hard to imagine their executives saying nightly prayers that Trump runs in 2024, end quote. Savage.
That's a fact.
That's a huge fact right there.
Americans have seen the light, at least half of us.
Yeah.
We've been given those sunglasses from They Live. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember those. Yes,
Okay.
the Obey.
That's
Yes,
right. You
yes.
put the sunglasses, you could see all the
Covered in
subliminal.
chewed bubble gum.
And we see how fake the news has been.
Oh, yeah.
Just like President Trump said. And nobody wants to watch this stuff. Nobody cares about your Russia crap, your COVID crap, your Delta variant crap, your January 6th insurrection crap. Nobody cares. It's all old news. And they won't cover the new news.
Also, is that really? I don't watch the news like on mainstream media. So is that really what they're still talking?
It's pretty much
That's
all
it.
CNN talks about is COVID, Trump this, Trump. They're still
You know
bringing
who
him
I
into
can't
this story.
stand on CNN? Is that Don Lemon guy?
Oh, I hate that
He
guy.
drives me. Something about him. He's a
he's
punchable.
a trash talker.
He's a punchable face.
Yeah, he's a trash talker. He likes
Yeah.
to stir the pot. I hate him.
Well, he does so in such a passive aggressive, like patronizing. I don't know. The guy just drives me nuts.
Yeah. It's one thing to say that a small group of people are radicals, they're bad, they're sycophants. But when you say 75 million people are bad, racists, that doesn't make sense.
You can only make
help
it go
either.
so
Yeah.
far.
Make it go
I mean,
so far.
Yeah.
So the CNN and MS, they won't cover Biden donors paying Hunter $500,000 for his artwork. That story's nowhere to be
So
found.
that was real. I thought
That was real.
No, that was a real story.
That
Yeah.
was real. And in fact, they actually asked Jen Psaki, the redhead press secretary for Biden.
Yeah.
They said, "Do you think that that's corruption? That somebody gave Hunter $500,000 for a painting he did of a panda that like a fourth grader could do?"
It
And
was
she goes,
really a panda.
And she goes, "Well, he can make money. It's a capitalist society." Yeah. She has
We'll
to
circle
cover
back
for that.
around to it. We'll circle back around to that question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So they won't cover the fact that Pelosi and her husband just made millions buying and selling stocks ahead of government contracts being issued. They don't cover this scummy Stormy Daniels lawyer getting 30 months in prison. The guy they said was a real 2020 contender that he should run against Trump. Right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
ignore these stories. They ignore all these stories about Kamala not going to the border and why, but then they over-report stuff like this election fraud, these new laws being passed in all these states requiring people to show ID when they vote.
God forbid.
Right. So, but the proof is in the pudding. People are waking up. They're going to independent media like us. They're getting off of the mainstream media, and that's good because people are waking up. And I'm telling you, in 2022, 2024, you're going to see it.
Oh, yeah.
They're
You're
realizing that they're all bought and paid for.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I don't even watch Fox News anymore. Like, I used to watch Fox News like crazy, even before 2016. But after, like, everything that's come out with all the news stations, the only thing I do is our show, and then sometimes I'll watch Newsmax. I mean, Newsmax is unbiased. They're in the middle, you know? So.
I get my information from here, and then obviously the Joe Padula show,
Right.
and there's a couple of like NPR
Yeah.
I still have a little faith in. But for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just got to say, we live in a society where the right believes that abortion is murder and guns are freedom. Mm-hmm. And the left believes that guns are murder and abortion is freedom. I think these are two issues we'll never agree on, so let's just agree on the other 98% of issues, okay? Let's agree that pots of soup should have a maximum weight limit, okay?
Mamma mia.
Yeah. Let's
No
agree.
soup for you.
Yeah. Let's agree hot dogs and buns should come in even quantities. And they do.
And you
All right.
shouldn't eat 75. of
Chicago
them.
style dogs. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And luckily for us, they do. Okay. Let's agree that California state employees should be paying their own way.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because they just can't stay away from Tennessee.
No.
Because they just love us too much. All right. Let's agree that 76 hot dogs in one sitting and not gaining weight is not fair.
That's goals.
To those of us who just look at a hot dog and gain weight. All right. And let's agree that we should put a for sale sign in front of our city council, especially the ones who are bought and paid for and voted for that tax increase.
That's right.
This last election. All right.
Too much money.
Let's agree on all these things, and then we'll disagree on just a couple. So, again, please comment, like, share, and subscribe to Headlines with Denny the Bull. For Adam, for Red Pill Jen, thank you for watching, but we've got a new thing.
Ooh.
We've got a new thing here, folks, okay? And that is, if you follow us on Facebook Live or on Spotify, what you're going to find is we're going to do some bonus content today.
Can't wait.
Because after that talk I had with Timmy and Jimmy on the 4th of July, we found that they've been saving unused jokes.
Oh, boy.
And so we're going to add a new segment to our program called Joking Off. All right?
Denny went dumpster diving.
He sure did.
Yes, that's right. I went dumpster diving and I found some jokes. So we're going to have a new segment called Joking Off with Denny the Bull. We're going to have joke offs. And if you're listening to us on Spotify or Facebook Live, or make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, and just maybe you'll be able to see this content too. So this is a little bit of bonus content for you because we were gone for a couple weeks. So again, for Adam, for Red Pill Jen, thanks for watching Headlines with Denny the Bull. All right, welcome back to Headlines with Denny the Bull. Now we've got a new segment called Joking Off. All right, because we've had our writers, Timmy and Jimmy. Sometimes they write content, and, you know, we pay them a lot of money.
Way too much, I think.
For all these jokes.
Way too much.
And they write 60 minutes of material, and sometimes some material they say isn't good enough. And when they say it's not good enough, they don't mean that it's not good enough on their part. They're saying it's not good enough on my part. They don't think I can read their jokes, okay?
They're replaceable.
Yeah, well, you know, and so they suggested that maybe we have Jen read the jokes to see if they're any good.
Good, yeah.
Now, Adam, I know this is going to sound sexist.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But my mom could not tell a joke.
Just go ahead and say it. Women aren't funny.
Women aren't funny.
You all think it.
I haven't
all
heard
think
one
it.
funny female comedian.
You all think it.
Now, I believe that if Adam and I had the chance to tell jokes to a woman, that we're guaranteed going to make her laugh because we're just funnier.
Yeah.
Right? Men are just funnier.
I'm gonna
No,
go with
women
that.
are just really good at faking it.
Oh, brother.
In many aspects, yes.
So, here's what I did. I went dumpster diving,
Yes, you did.
and I found this envelope of unused jokes. Now, you can see it's legit because it says unused jokes right on it, right? And as you can also see, this envelope is sealed. It has never been opened,
Yeah.
right? So these are jokes that they did not want me to see. So I have not seen these jokes before. I have not heard these jokes before. But they say they were good until I got a hold of them, right? So we're going to give Jen the chance to read
After
these
you've
jokes. So
already
here you go.
tainted them.
There you go.
All right,
Good.
let's see what we got here.
All right.
All right.
So go ahead and open that envelope, Jen.
And the Oscar goes to...
Yeah, these are...
Son of the South. All right.
All right, so let's see, Adam, if Jen can make us laugh.
All right.
So I'm
Straight
going to...
face.
Straight face. Go ahead, Jen. Give us the
All
first
right.
joke.
First joke. Denny said that he was a failed businessman. He said, I started an online business, but it didn't do very well. It was online brick and mortar. I don't even think that's funny.
No.
I couldn't even make that
You
funny.
know what? See, I couldn't have made that.
I could be Elaine Boozler, and that wouldn't be funny.
They're right. That one belonged
that
in the
one's-
trash.
yeah, that
can.
one's
in the
That
trash.
sucked. Okay.
She's
all right.
ripping it off.
All
Okay.
right.
Done. A new online survey says that 37% of people talk to their car. It's the first study ever conducted by the International Organization of David Hasselhoff. You smirked.
Kit, that wasn't funny.
It was cute.
You know,
It was
it's
cute.
What
It was cute, but I didn't laugh.
No.
They're-
yeah.
they're
It's
fired.
adorable. Let's see where it was going.
All right. She's going to rip
It's
like
getting
2 jokes
smaller.
I can't work
right.
like this.
off. Yeah, all right.
All right. Did you know that every planet in our solar system is named after a god?
Yeah.
It's true. Except for Earth, which is named after all the stuff on the ground. These should have stayed in file 13, Denny.
Yeah, I should have spent a little more time driving around town with them.
I think so.
I don't know.
I've kept a straight face these last 3
I
jokes.
think they're right. I couldn't have made any
these
of
jokes
these.
are terrible.
All right.
I
Okay.
got nothing. A
All right.
storm picked up eggs and milk over the Smoky Mountains this weekend and is now battering Middle Tennessee. You smiled.
No,
You smiled.
my lips turned upways, but I didn't laugh.
That's what a smile
I
is.
get it, but
I get
there's
it.
other ingredients that go into that.
Yeah.
That wasn't funny either.
Okay.
No,
All
but
right.
I'm saying.
All
like,
right.
it's-
Historically speaking, going back to Updike and Hemingway, male authors have always been obsessed with the female body. These authors go on and on describing characteristics such as women's webbed feet and shiny coats. Oh, wait. That's male otters.
Oh, Denny, you made me laugh.
I know.
That
you
make me
didn't laugh at the
laughing
joke. You
made me-
laughed at Denny laughing.
Yes,
but
I laughed at Denny.
I still get a point.
Okay. She
I get,
gets a
all right.
point.
I get
1
one.
point.
The last one was decent.
Lousy
That one's a good
point.
one.
Okay. The last one was
I can bring
good.
my kid in here and have her
Denny,
do
why
knock
did you
knock
have
jokes.
to laugh? I kept it going.
Okay. That was good. She sold it. That's male
Thank
otters.
Male otters, yes.
Okay. That was cute. All right. I'll give you that one.
I had something to work with on that one.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to tell you a joke.
All right.
And you're going to laugh. Just laugh the hardest you ever.
Yeah,
All
sure.
right.
Oh, wait, am I supposed to am I doing the broadcast laugh or am I doing like the real
No,
laugh?
this is genuine. This is
this is
proving that
genuine.
me and
It's
Adam can tell jokes
genuine?
better than you can.
yeah.
Oh,
So I'm going to do 3 and he's going to do 2.
Yes.
Right? I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes.
what
So
I-
you got 5. Mm-hmm. Now it's our turn. Okay? All right.
go for it.
All right, Jen. You know, when I was young, I had a very deep voice like Darth Vader. Mm-hmm. Much deeper than it is now. Yeah. So I underwent a surgical procedure to remove 4 inches of my, my dinghy. Okay?
I thought you were going to say your uvula.
Now, years later, no one believed the story. So I went to the doctor and I asked if he still had those 4 inches he removed. His answer was, "Oh, I think it's around here somewhere."
Yeah, you realize you told that joke on like episode 3, right?
I did?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Also, I
That's
didn't.
all right.
I
Fail.
Well, I mean, Jen, you know I talk about my fiance a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
you
But,
do.
the other day she told me I had no sense of direction. So I just packed my bags and right.
Cool story, bro.
Dang. Okay. So
Wow,
we're
that one didn't even get her.
We're 0 for 2.
0 for 2.
Okay. All right. You know, I went to school with a kid named Billy who was born with only a head.
Yeah.
No arms, legs, or torso.
Bless
just
him.
the head alone. So on his birthday one year, I asked him what he wanted. He said, anything as long as it's not another damned hat.
She's holding it.
No?
No.
Dang.
Oh wow.
I
Thought
can't.
you
I
did
can't even fake that one.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, you're
I'm
leaning.
gonna keep on my fiance here, Jen, because I think it's funny. But she the
Oh,
other.
so you think poor Christy is funny?
I
You
think
hear
she's
this,
hilarious.
Christy?
Christy's hilarious. That's why I'm marrying her. But the other day she told me to stop singing Oasis's Wonderwall.
I can see that.
I said maybe.
Was
I
she
said
gonna?
maybe.
Is she gonna be the one that saves you?
Yes.
Was that the joke?
Wow, that was the joke.
Wow.
Even Denny wants to know. Was that it?
Wow.
Is that what
I
we
was
get?
still waiting.
That's my dad jokes. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Ba-doom,
Okay.
boom.
All right, here we go.
Come on,
All right.
we gotta
This
get
is it.
one.
This is
Denny.
our
One
chance.
We gotta get
This
one
is
more.
it.
Because she's up.
1-0.
She's up 1-0
That's a soccer score.
right now. Okay. It's going to be 1-love here after this one.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
All right.
All right. So I went in a bar and there's a very little piano player playing tunes on a very tiny piano. Very, very tiny piano player. In amazement, I asked the bartender where he found such a novelty. He put Aladdin's lamp on the bar, and after I rubbed it, a big genie appeared, giving me one wish. I asked for $1 million, but within a moment, like that, the bar was filled with quacking mallards. I told the barkeep, "Hey, your genie's hard of hearing. I said I wanted $1 million, not $1 million ducks." And he said, "Yeah, I didn't ask for a foot-long pianist either."
I'm playing the world's smallest violin.
Wow.
Wow.
Sad you both
Wow.
are.
We lost.
Wow, we lost.
That was sad.
We lost.
This is a sad moment. So do you pay her? Because I have no cash on me.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
You're the one that
sucker.
makes the money on this show, Denny. I
Yeah,
have
so,
no
so
money.
now she gets $5.
Yeah.
Well, just for me, because you really didn't laugh at her joke. I did.
No, I
You
kept this.
you
I laughed at you, so
laughed
you
at
owe
me.
her $5.
All
I like
right,
how that
so-
works out.
So to anyone out there in our listening audience, if you're local here in Clarksville or Nashville, if you want to come here and sit in this chair and try to do what Jen just did, try to make us laugh, you will get $5 for every laugh you get out of us, okay? So you could win $15 a joke, and you get 5 jokes. So that means you could make $75
Yeah.
if you tell 5 jokes that makes all 3 of us laugh, or you could make nothing, okay?
And you might get a new job as our writing staff
Yeah.
after that mess.
Now, you also get a $25 gift card. And
Oh, yeah?
It
From
might
where?
be like Wicked Good Sandwiches or something.
Oh, yeah.
So you could actually have a total cash prize of $100.
Ka-ching.
So all you got to do is comment to us, reach out to us, message us on Facebook,
Yeah.
message Joe Padula, and let him know that you want to sit here and join the what's it called again? Joking off
Joking
segment
off.
on Headlines with Denny the Bull.
And that's totally not a double entendre.
Yeah, mini sidebar. If you laugh at any of ours, you don't owe us money. You just enjoy our company.
But I'm
I
glad-
might need money though.
No,
but I might ask you for $5.
We're paying them to come and hang out with
I'm
us.
just saying they don't have to owe us back. I mean, I might need $5 for coffee though, so I'm just warning people.
But that's just it, Adam. I forgot the second half.
Oh,
We tell them our jokes, and for every joke they laugh at, they lose $15
There it
that
is,
they won.
yep.
Right. So that means, let's say you win $75 because you made all three of us laugh at all 5 of your best jokes. When Adam and I get a hold of you, okay, sure, yeah, Jen held up pretty good today,
Yes.
okay, but she's on you. Most women would have just busted a gut
Oh,
laughing
yeah.
those
They,
jokes, okay?
most women would have found you just absolutely hilarious, darling.
That's right. That's right. But you know what? If we score jokes against you, it's $15 back. So you could be up 75, and in 5 killer jokes like the 5 Adam and I just said, you could lose it all and just have the gift card left.
Practice that
it's like
poker
Wheel of Fortune
face.
bankruptcy. It's like, oh, okay. Well,
That's right.
Practice
So
the poker face.
if you think you're funny and you'd like the chance to be on a high-profile show here that's on Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook, just reach out to us and come on in and sit down. Tell us your 5 best jokes. We'll tell you our 5 best jokes, and we'll see if you walk out of here with more than that gift card.
And to clarify, he's talking about Headlines with Denny the Bull.
Yes,
That's
not
the
Joe's show. Not Joe's show.
Not
Do
Joe's
not message
show.
Joe. Be like, I want to come on your show. Be like, whoa.
That's right. Just message Joe. Tell him, hey, I want to come on joking off on Headlines with Denny the
Or
Bull.
you could message us.
Or just
Yeah,
message us.
just on
All right.
our Facebook
Slide
page.
in them DMs, baby.
Yeah, we have our
Okay.
Facebook page, Headlines with Denny the Bull.
So anyway, again, for Red Pill Jen and for Adam Joseph, I want to thank you for spending your Sunday nights with us, and we'll see you next time on Headlines with Denny the Bull.
Now that was funny.